let's get to it. We'll go back to this week. We skipped over last week. Obviously, heavy discussion going into conference championship weekend, playoff rankings of what it was. But we will look back and at the weekend that was and figure out what we learned this past weekend. So, Mikey B, I'll start with you this week. What did you learn this past weekend?
I learned, if one thing is for sure, maybe Quinn Ewers shouldn't come out in the NFL draft. Maybe he should stay in college. Not necessarily that he'd be a member of the Texas Longhorns anymore, because I believe Arch Manning will have that job. But there were pieces of that game where Quinn Ewers looked like he was in a sophomore mentality.
Not great, Bob.
Yeah,
Ewer for Ewers, if you will.
Yeah, that game was weird, man. The first half sucked. I don't care how anyone wants to try and jazz it up. Second half, I mean, at least there was points. I don't know that it was much better than the first half, but yeah, it was a very weird SEC title game. But
second half was definitely a lot weirder with the Carson Beck injury, and I know we'll probably chip away at that here in a little while. But yeah, that's a big issue.
Yeah, 100%. But
that might be help them to that. Hopefully,
we will see. We'll see. Couple of weeks there. EJ, what did you learn this past weekend?
I learned once again that the Kansas City Chiefs are breaking everyone's brain, and I get it. I totally get it.
Okay.
No, Kyle.
Amend the statement.
Kyle,
it's
let me
already
finish.
false.
I don't care.
You
can jump in when I'm done talking about this.
And yes, you're raising your voice, being busted for more falsehood.
You can wait till I'm done talking, Kyle.
No, there's no falsehood here. You keep saying everyone. I had this team explained 2 years ago.
Okay, you can explain when I'm done. Thank you.
No. I mean, you tell the truth. I had it. Tell the truth.
You get a little too close there. Careful. No. and look, I get it. What they're doing is weird, and I get it. The 12-1, and what was it now? A plus 52?
58, I think, is their point differential.
It's odd. I get it. And yet I don't want people to misconstrue the fact that if these fuckers somehow in the next 4 weeks figure it out and someone with repeat, now what?
11 minutes and 55 seconds for the first F-bomb.
Thank you.
Yeah, can we also have the conversation that if they had the luck of the Cincinnati Bengals, they'd have the first overall pick in the draft?
Or do
we just want to forget about that?
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that what they're doing is not to be criticized. I'm just saying
something championship pedigree, something.
It's just look, they are absolutely beatable, and they might look. I'm betting the field at this point, but I'm just saying, don't get okey doked again to where these motherfuckers are gonna lose, and then next thing you know, after we saw last year against the Raiders on Christmas Day, the bottom, this is the bottom. They're gonna lose in the playoffs, and what happens? Win the Super Bowl.
Who you're betting. Don't take the field, you coward, because I want to make sure that I can bet on someone that isn't the Chiefs.
I will do what I fucking want.
Reverse psychologying everyone.
I will do what the fuck I want.
But I mean, also, like, I don't know what like bad faith sports, analysts you're listening to. I don't think anybody on this panel is sitting here saying the Chiefs are not that the Chiefs are not going to at least go deep into the playoffs. What everybody is saying is that this team, yes, very good defensively, but is also at least many times. I mean, the biggest shoe worn by a tight end in NFL history got Isaiah Likely out of bounds. The dumbest bounce I've ever seen off of an upright gets a win this past week. So there's a degree of luck there. Like, I don't think it's a matter of like
Jim, here's what you're missing about what you're saying there. I am not disagreeing with you. You're one.
I know. I'm just letting you know that. Like,
I'm just saying that we're getting like, oh, what the fuck, and like, just be careful.
Yeah, they're getting lucky against shit-ass teams. They played a good team and got boat raced on the road.
I know.
It's easy to get lucky against Aiden O'Connell, Gardner Minshew. Who gives a shit playing quarterback for the Raiders?
I get it.
It's easy to beat the Chiefs. It's easy to beat the Chargers when their starting running back isn't playing and Gus Edwards runs for -4 yards in an entire football game because of how good the fucking Chiefs defense is.
Right.
At the end of the day, guess what, Cinderella? The clock's going to strike midnight and their luck's going to run out. You know when it's going to happen? When they're on the road in a playoff game and they're not fucking tucked into their own goddamn bed. They're going to get boat raced again.
Here's the question, though. When would that clock run out? When that luck run out? When it run out?
Opening round of the playoffs when they get absolutely boat raced by either Baltimore or Pittsburgh.
What road playoff game are they playing?
Joke's on you. They're going to have a bye.
Right. And right now they're 2 up in the right now.
Okay, and okay, even better. When they lose to divisional rival Bo Nix at home, and then we can stop talking about how great they fucking are every fucking year because
the Denver Broncos.
Because they play in a shit division and can go 11-1 every fucking season.
I feel like you're more wish casting this at this point than anything else.
I'm like with you to an extent, Mike, but there's also like one thing we're not talking about is like it's an unpredictability piece here. You saw it against the Chargers. In addition to the defense, you saw what Isaiah Pacheco is starting to put together. We're getting the wheels under him. I think he's going to help. You have the unpredictability of potentially a Hollywood Brown joining the offense, entering a playoff run. And the team's going to be getting healthier. Now, if everybody else stays healthy around that, that can change the dynamic a bit. But I mean, if you can add one weapon that works, and if that weapon's Pacheco, then you run the ball.
They added a weapon that they said was going to work. It was DeAndre Hopkins, and the offense still can't figure it the fuck out.
Well, I mean, that's an old busted weapon.
I mean, he did score this
but you're telling me a busted up Isaiah Pacheco who's been hurt is the piece, or you're telling me that a hurt Hollywood Brown is they're hurt no matter what. Hurt is hurt.
The starting running back you referred to from the Chargers was a formerly beat up running back piece that found a way to stay healthy. He doesn't have to stay healthy for a full season. We're talking about like a 6-game run with a week off. So, like, I don't think it's unrealistic to think that Pacheco is going to uplift, especially when he's going to get to split time with what seemingly is a very effective Kareem Hunt for his age. I'm shocked that it's lasted this long, but he still looks good. He's got a burst. And being able to take that pressure off with Pacheco, I'm not saying it's an answer. And yes, they're still faltering and things don't look great.
Right.
The optics, so to speak, are not good.
Oh, here we go.
But there is I just wanted to use it before he.
Sunshine State, baby. Let's go.
I said it with a derogatory tone, EJ.
I can't.
Although I don't. You just hit a show that I called you.
But my point is, like, I'm a devil's advocate here for you, Mike. It's just that I'm with you. I understand that the issue's there. I've had them lower than all the other, what we call the tier 1 teams for weeks now, and rightly so. It doesn't look great.
And rightly so.
But I mean. I feel like there's a part of it, like the Andy Reid special, is just like these games don't actually matter. As long as we can get out, once we're there and we have one game to prepare for and we have 2 weeks to do it, good luck.
I mean, if I may, as much as
I don't think they're as good as the other teams up there, but there is a surprise coming maybe.
You're right. No, I hear. Listen, there's a lot of truth here, and no disrespect, Byrne, but like I feel like there's an element of Homer bitter. In some of your takes, and you're right to have them. I'm not knocking that. Really, at the end of the day, all I want is for Jim to reach over on that production board and give me my Lucifer Morningstar once again for this team.
You love being right, don't you?
I tried to tell you, but you wouldn't listen.
It was 2 goddamn years ago.
If you were ever right, you would too.
Calm your ass down. Calm your ass down, bitch.
I mean, hold on.
Hold on. I just want to land the plane. 2 years ago, I told you this Chiefs team was defensive in nature.
Correct.
If you are all here just to shit on their offense, that's cool. But could somebody please give Chris Jones a little bit of respect? Thank you.
I don't think that's the issue.
It's absolutely the fucking issue, EJ Christian. Guess all anybody talks about. You tried to omit it from the point you made yourself. So shut your ass. Okay.
It's less about. But it's less. It's less about the defensive stuff. I think we all acknowledge that now. It's the luck, as Mike said.
We really don't.
No,
but it's the luck though. A lot of it's the luck. I agree.
I led the portion of the conversation that said that their defense held Gus Edwards to like -7 rushing yards because that's what their defenses does. And to be fair, I don't have any hometown bitterism in me because at this point, I want them to keep winning because you want to know why? That would just prove me right that Joe Burrow is the only quarterback that can go into Arrowhead and make Patrick Mahomes look fucking human. So at the end of the day, let him win another one for all I give a shit. It makes my quarterback look like the best quarterback in football, not named Patrick Mahomes.
So
here we are.
angry.
Because I'm sick and tired of listening to people sit here and make up excuse after excuse.
Well, but again, you're missing the point. I never said that though. I never made.
But for the first 10 fucking weeks, we had to hear you talk about championship pedigree. It wasn't the fact that the defense is playing out of its fucking mind, to Kyle's defense, because Kyle's been saying that for fucking multiple years. I've been on it the entire fucking season this year. Guess what? Patrick Mahomes doesn't deserve to be in the top 5 of the MVP race.
I agree.
He deserves to be like a top 10 fucking quarterback in the NFL because their offense has been shit.
Funny, because I agree with you on that, but Mr. Kyle Nash does not agree with you on that.
Bullshit, asshole! Play the tape.
You haven't told
me
top 5. You talking about my podcast? Top 5.
Yes, on your podcast, earnestly speaking, because apparently I'm not. What was it? It was Josh Allen. Shut the fuck up. It was Josh Allen. It was T.J. Watt. It was Chris Jones, and it was Saquon Barkley. And then what was it at 5? Maybe I crowbarred Mahomes in at that point. I don't remember. But if you don't want to put him top 5, I'm sure as fuck not mad about it, as you would once again falsely implicate. Just like everybody's confused about the Chiefs. Shut up, please. I've been confused about the Chiefs in a minute. You can pick them up. I'm going to talk fast like I'm a Gilmore Girl and try to out-talk somebody who's double your size. What is this, Fox News? Trump won. Why are you bitching?
You said it, not me.
Carol.
Where have we gone?
You know, we said over under.
I don't know, but I should have brought
top 5, not me.
took the over.
Yeah, I didn't bring enough snacks for this.
Yeah, I was about to say, who's the one smiling here? It's me. You big man.
Carol said over under 2.5 arguments for the entire podcast.
Wait,
took the over. We smashed that at the 20-minute.
Alexa, add popcorn to shopping list.
Hey, listen, in good spirit, Jim, can you please put beer on there as well?
Well, yeah. Beer's always on there.
That's just an auto renew.
You never cross beer. You never cross beer off.
When the shipment comes, there's just beer in it.
I agree with Mike here for once, and only once, that Mahomes is not top 5. I mean, he should be. He should not be. I've been saying it for weeks.
So wait, welcome to reality. Pro Chiefs or anti Chiefs? I don't remember.
Say it again.
He doesn't either. What the fuck?
Well, me?
Yeah, are you saying the Chiefs are here to stay, or are you saying the Chiefs are falling apart?
No,
I broke people's brain.
I'm saying
in the last 8 minutes.
I'm saying I get why. I totally get it. They're fucking frustrating. I totally get it. And they're the luckiest fucking. Look, I don't know if you guys seen the memes last couple of days though, but I think they really sold the Satan.
I mean, there is something to say, Jay, with the fact that there is the argument to make. Mike's making obviously for us, and that a lot of folks are saying, and we're all kind of defending a good portion of what Mike's saying.
Absolutely.
But the fact that that's all happened, I think what EJ's saying is, here we are.
Yeah,
like again, they're in the driver's seat, and they're AFC West champs. And is it the defense that Kyle talks about? Yes. Is it luck? Yes.
It's all those
Does Mahomes have a few moments this year where he pulled something out of his back pocket? Yeah.
Also, yes.
Is Andy Reid still like minute for minute the best coach in the NFL? Probably. So like all of these things in play, when it's those close games, things are going to bounce your way.
Right.
I don't see a reason. It's hard to imagine how it's going to stop. But let's get one of these good teams in there and slap them in the mouth.
Right. So what we're saying is on December 10th that the 2024 Kansas City Chiefs are the Clemson Tigers. They play in a shit fucking conference. They have a great fucking coach. They have a good defense, and they're going to find a way to fucking
playoff teams.
I don't go that far.
They're in a division with 3 teams currently
tracking.
Yeah,
so are the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Raiders suck.
Yeah, but your guys are at the bottom of yours.
I agree with
but nobody's going to call the AFC North a shitty division.
I agree with the spirit of your statement, but in a world where the AFC East and South both exist, I can't sign off. But I like where you're going.
As a conference, it's bad. I don't know that every single one of them has played the Chiefs, but
top heavy.
The Chiefs have to play 4 games against the Broncos and the
right. I mean, here's the thing: like the Broncos are overachieving this year. The Chargers are overachieving this year. Yep. Both in part to they are better teams than they were a year ago, better coached than they were a year ago, at least especially in the Chargers case, because I know Peyton was in Denver last year, but now the situation has changed with a different quarterback and a different lineup. But the AFC down a little bit overall, so that has helped those teams rise up. But yeah, I mean, again, like, and we'll wrap this thought just because we've probably already gone too far on it.
Thank you, Jay.
the Bengal, or excuse me, the Chiefs, they have played
content.
Falcons, Saints, Niners, no offense, Kyle, Raiders,
none taken, homie.
Buccaneers, Panthers, Raiders. So the road has been easy. They haven't been impressive in any of those. Well, I'm sure we're going to spend plenty of time over the course of the rest of this show talking about resumes. So we will leave the Chiefs here. Student of the game, Kyle Nash, what did you learn this past weekend?
I'm glad that you flirted with the key difference between the AFC West and the ACC, as Mike brings it up. The Broncos and the Chargers might be arguably belonging in the playoffs. Anyways, what I'm about to learn is that I can teach people still despite being a student. For all the people that tell me that I'm a Notre Dame hater, I can guarantee you very soon, gentlemen, that I am going to be screaming "Go Irish" from the top of my lungs as I watch the upcoming playoff game that they are to participate in. Oh. Because if you can't save us from the Hoosiers, you deserve shit talked upon you. Holla at your boy.
Holla at your boy.
We have officially gone A, crazy, and B, full circle on this show, which is impressive. Not everybody can do. Devin says this show has officially went off the rails. It sure has. We have a comment here. I love this show. It is the perfect evolution of beard growth. And
is that a reference to all the different beards?
Yeah, I mean there's a whole variety of.
This is just me being lazy. This isn't a true beard.
On this, but I think that's the point. Is that there's
Kyle's a keeper though, buddy.
You're stage 1. We got a stage 2. Works their way up.
I see the logic.
Mine's also lazy. My laziness is just much longer. It's just.
What you mean you've done it for more? Is that?
Oh, this needs it's a hot mess. It's everywhere.
Is it more days longer or the hair longer? I didn't know which reference you were going.
Yes.
Little column A, little column B.
Where's Jim's Fu Manchu coming from?
It's been a while. Break it out again eventually.
Nice.
I'm sure. Sean, what did you learn this past weekend?
Well, I mean, I go in depth on a lot of things, but I'm going to instead go with I learned several small things. I learned one that the animated NFL games are still a good time.
I missed a lot.
And that the Simpsons are still far more entertaining than Pixar. But yeah, no, man, it was fun. I watched maybe the second half of it, and I was having a good time.
On it a little bit.
I saw Devin chiming in there. Devin, I did catch it, and some Homer Simpson interceptions and a near Millhouse fumble. I caught that, and it was just really well done. I even thought the announcers did a great job. Millhouse had a fumble that was ruled incomplete, and they were like, Millhouse avoids embarrassment until tomorrow. I thought that was a really great moment. And the highlight of the whole thing, if you missed it, was Sideshow Bob with a sign that said "Tie Bart Tie," and I thought that was absolutely brilliant.
That is genius. So let's give Lisa her props there, Sean.
Well, Lisa was good. Lisa corrected the grammar on a "How about them Cowboys" sign. I thought that was perfect.
Oh.
So I was having a real great time, and it's nice to know that Bart gets to eat Homer's dessert for a month. So that's great. So I learned that. I also learned a surprise statistic. Me and my point differential while I was ranking my top 10, bottom 5 this week. I realized that, yes, there are people at the top with a point differential that's very small, but there's also the exact opposite. I learned that the San Francisco 49ers, currently the 20th best team according to the overall rankings, record of 6-7, have a point differential of 0.
Really?
Wow.
I did not know that. And the Cincinnati Bengals right behind them at 5-8, point differential +2. 0. So the Cincinnati Bengals with a point differential of +2, only 50 points behind Patty Mahomes, and
1-7 1-7 in one-score games. Woo.
The exact opposite of the Kansas City Chiefs. Just right there it is. But yeah, so that was a surprise statistic. And finally, the other thing that I learned, and we'll probably touch on it later. More on this later. The automatic bids, not necessarily problem. The automatic top 4, major problem. All of the roads that seem easy and all the roads that seem hard, all the debates that are going on, I think a lot of it has to do with that, oh, man, these guys have to be 3 and 4. And it just causes a problem with a bottom-heavy 12, and all of these situations arise. Yeah. So I think while we will touch on that later, I think that's something that I learned.
Yeah, we will certainly get there. Similar, 2 quick ones for me. Won't spend a lot of time on them. I learned that Raheem Morris is making a huge mistake by sticking with Kirk Cousins.
Agreed.
It's time, man. It's 4 games, no touchdowns, multiple interceptions.
Take a hike. It's time for Mike. Woo!
Eight
that.
interceptions, and
no
you have
touchdowns.
gone from driver's seat in the NFC South to second place in the NFC South.
The Penix is mightier.
That's
like
quite
it.
the sword you drew there.
I like that.
Mighty.
I like that.
the Penix mightier. Just
Yes.
that's fine. The
But
Penix.
the other thing that I learned.
I see what you hold. I see what the evil twin is trying. Let's not gloss that over. I see you sneaking that in there. Also, what she said. Moving on.
The other thing that I learned, and we're certainly going to talk about it here shortly, is Alabama and their fans apparently do not know that Oklahoma and Vanderbilt were conference losses. Conference losses.
Mhm.
That's
We'll get to your
last
shit
I checked.
posting
Yeah, I
later,
think that's the
Jimmy.
thing.
Yeah, they didn't. They didn't know. They didn't
We'll
know.
We'll get to your shit posting later. That's
But
cool.
let's be honest, though, Alabama fans being clueless to something is not exactly a major revelation.
See, that's
Yikes.
actually funny.
Yikes, son.
Yeah,